Hello, lovelies, and welcome to another cash stuffing. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Lily. I am a 25-year-old zero-based cash budgeter and stuffer up in Maine. I have been doing the budget by paycheck method of cash budgeting for 4 years now, and this system has provided me with the tools to pay down debt and purchase my home that I live in with my boyfriend and our 3 dogs. We do all things budgeting over here, so if any of that sounds like content that may interest you, I hope that you consider hitting that subscribe button and sending some support my way. But happy Thankful Thursday, everyone. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Today, we're doing a little extra. We're doing a little something different. We are stuffing not my Etsy paycheck. So first things first, on Thursdays, we let each other know in the comments what we are feeling extra thankful for. And right now, today, I am just feeling extra thankful for Austin. I know I've said him a few times. I'm going to say him 100 times more, but he has helped me so much this last week. He helped me list my car. He helped me clean it and detail it, list it, sell it. He found my new car that I bought, and he drove me around for that weekend that I didn't have a car. And he just helped me with this whole car selling and car buying process. So I am extra thankful for my boyfriend today. Let me know down below what you guys are feeling extra thankful for. But yeah, so I mentioned this in Tuesday's cash stuffing, but we are stuffing the money that I got from the sale of my car. I will explain. I kind of did a little, a little. Tuesday's video was long. I did do timestamps on that video because the explanation of the whole car buying process was very lengthy. But so if you watched the whole thing, round of applause for you. Thank you so much. But yeah, I just like to over explain everything so that I don't get I appreciate any and all questions, but to try to give all the information so people don't have questions, why not just help out, I guess? I don't know. I'm being weird. So the money looks like this basically because I just didn't want to organize it quite yet. So basically, let me go here. So we're looking here. So I sold my car, you guys, for $10,000. The car that I bought, I bought for $9,200. I did borrow some money from my dad to help cover some extra things. And then today I took it, you guys, really quick. I went to the BMV, okay? And I was ticket number 100 exactly. Ticket number 100. And I sat down at like 9:10, and at around 10:15, the number like that they were on was like in the 60s, and it was in the high 40s when I got there, and that had been over an hour. So I was like, all right, let me just call City Hall. I don't know why when I was driving to the BMV, I just thought just give them a quick call, but I didn't. So I called my town office and I just asked hey, I'm transferring registration and applying for a title. I need to pay tax. Can I just come to the city hall and do it there? Do I need to be at the BMV? And they're like, are you a resident of this town? And I was like, yes. And they were like, yeah, we can do it all here. And before anyone in the comments is like, obviously you can go to town hall. So I work for a titling and registration company in my state, in the state of Maine, and we deal with the the town hall on a somewhat regular basis. And literally just last summer, you weren't allowed to pay sales tax there. If you went to do all of that stuff and you hadn't yet paid sales tax, if it was a private sale or whatever and you hadn't paid tax yet, they told you that you had to go to the BMV to do it. So I don't know if something changed. It's probably different in a bunch of different states, but at least here, that was what it used to be. So when they told me that, I I blessed someone with my lower ticket that got there after me, and I skirted right over to town hall, which is right down the street from my work. And there's never a line there. Like, I mean, I say that now, but there was no line. A gentleman opened the door for me and I let him go before me, but he took 2 seconds. So that was it. I got it all done. I filled out my use tax form in my title app in like I was in and out in like 10 minutes. So my car is insured. My car is registered. The title has been applied for, and it's just a weight lifted off of my shoulders. I am just so relieved that that's all done. I'm obsessed with my car. I love it so much, so much. So yeah. So after paying, oh, and my, I thought like, so I'm really glad that I didn't do like a preemptive budget and cash stuffing for this money, because I thought that I was going to have to pay for the registration, but since I was just, I don't know why I didn't think about it, but since I was just transferring, all I had to pay for was the excise tax and the use tax, the excise tax and the like transfer fee, and then the title application and my sales tax. But since I'd already registered through August, like the end of August, and I was just transferring, the credit rolled over, so I didn't have to like pay any extra. So I don't know what I was thinking. I literally budgeted like $400 or $500 towards the registration in the like playing around with the money budget before I knew what it was going to cost. So that feels so much better having that all done. So after paying my sales tax, my title app, my use tax, and the transfer registration, we have $3,150 here. Now this does include the $1,500, if you know, you know, in deposits that I paid for the 2 cars. So we are going to be paying those envelopes back today as well and removing those IOUs. So I had all hundreds when I like bought my car. It was all in hundreds, and so I only had hundreds really left over. Oh, so again, also this is after tax, title, registration, blah blah blah, and I got an oil change, and I got a cup holder thing for my car. It's like a little thing that you put into the cup holder that like expands it on the top, so I can put my bigger water bottles on it. And then I got something else. Oh, when I removed I have a dash cam, and when I removed it from my Hyundai, the sticky wasn't there, so I just had to get some more like little sticky pads to attach it to my windshield. So this is after that. So we are working with $3,150 today. That is what we have. Look at those beautiful hundreds. Look at those. Okay, let's give her a quick count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 59, 53,000, 3,000, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 110, 20, 35, 45, and 150. Perfect. So yeah, so after I borrowed a little bit from my dad, to cover a lot of like the bulk extra things here, I did have a couple extra $100. We rounded it up to an even 2,000, so I had an extra couple $100 that we are going to just kind of put in savings and sinking funds and towards debt, and then I'll just pay him back as I can. That's kind of the plan. So let's start with my sinking funds today. The funds are sinking right in. So sorry, Austin just got home, so the dogs are kind of going a little nutty, but that's okay. So the dogs are getting $30 today. So we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 20, 30, and 135 for the dogs. we are going to skip. So I asked Austin if I had extra money, if he wanted me to give it to him just in cash, or if he wanted me to put it toward the garage savings, and he said garage, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to skip back to car care. So I am putting $750 towards car care. I am putting $150 in here for a new battery because I definitely need a new battery. Austin said it might be around $100. I didn't know if that meant a little less than 100, a little more than 100. So I'm just doing 150 to be safe, and then we'll have a little bit of a buffer in here. And then I'm also putting an extra $600 in here because the car that I bought, the lady had not driven it for like 8-ish months. Like she said over 6 months. So like since like last summer, she hadn't driven it. So, when we first test drove it, the brakes sounded iffy. Like they were rattling. They did not sound good. It sounded like he's like, you're going to need new brakes. So that's why I kind of initially budgeted for the brakes for for the new car. But then we kind of realized like it was really just because it hadn't been driven for a long time and they were just a little rusty, no pun intended. So as I've been driving it the last few days, the brakes sound fine. Like they really do. They're not sticking. They're not grinding. They're not anything as of today, at least. So I am still going to put this money towards the new brakes. At the end of the month, we'll unstuff it. We'll put it into my Ally account for car care, and I'll just let that sit. And I will eventually need new brakes. So having that money there will be really nice. So, and if not, whatever else comes up, God forbid anything comes up, but if I need a new tire or something else happens, I'll have that money in there. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do that one so that we'll bring it to the bank. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700, 750, and we have 755 total for car care. I always see Brianna Budgets, her car care envelope is always like hefty. Like she's got so much in there, and it's just like I look at mine and I'm like, you got $5 in there, and that's like normally empty. So I need to get a move on with that. She motivates me for that. So, which ironically, I think like it was 600 that for a while that was like on her little placeholder, so I'll have that too, which is nice. So we have $10 going into gifts, so we have 15 in here, saving up for Mother's Day. As of right now, I'm thinking like a card and flowers, and maybe I'll like some ingredients to cook a meal, and we'll go over there and cook a meal for her and the fam. Christmas is getting $40 today. 40 whole dollars, 20, 40, and I didn't even think about this. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We are crossing off so many of our little weenies from our Jolly Little Wiener Savings Challenge because I made these all 5. I have a couple more holiday trackers that I will be swapping out once we finish this, but we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. So we just have these 3 down here before we finish this little tracker. I could just wipe it off and start over because they are reusable. But yeah, I think that's so cute and I'm so excited. So we do have more than 160 in the bank because I have automatic transfers going over every week to Ally, but we will update this at the end of the month. So as of right now, we have 160, 180, 200, 205, and 210 saved for Christmas, which, you know what? It's better than it was. It's better than it was. So we're making progress. $15 is going into household. So we have 10, 25, and $30. We are always spending out of here. I just got some cleaner and some more Swiffer pads, which I didn't even realize that Swiffer pads, they came in like the heavy duty pet mop thing. I don't know. I always just look at the most basic ones and grab them. So I got some of the like heavy duty, oh, hold on. Some of the heavy duty ones. I forgot, but I actually made myself a couple new envelopes. I'm moving my garage one over to savings, and then I have a new envelope for debt. So we're just gonna pop that out of there. I did update my planner already, so we are skipping Auntie. And Bridesmaid is getting $50 today. So we have 1, 2, 53, and 305 saved for Bridesmaids duties. So that is it for our sinking funds. And next we can go over to my bills because we have a couple things that we need to pay back. So mortgage, we owe this envelope $100 that I took from my down payment. So we have 1, 150, 65, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, what? 1, 150, 160, 65, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 71, and 72. We didn't add anything to it, but we still have 172 in here. And I also borrowed 100 in cash from our heat sinking fund. So I'm going to pay that back, and I'm also putting $200 in here because I mentioned this before, but I have a heat bill that's due. So I owe, what is it? 320 divided by 2 plus, so yeah, I owe 260. So we'll have 40 left over after I, actually, can I make change? That's 90, shoot. We'll figure it out. Maybe I can do it from taxes. Maybe, we'll see. But we're not stuffing anything else in here. So that is it for my bills binder. But we are going to dive into debt. So Best Buy is getting $250. I am putting an extra $250 towards Best Buy this month. Our monthly amount this month that we're paying is already $950. My minimum is $300, guys. So we're paying $950. So this will bring it up to $1,200 payment on my Best Buy card. So we are making progress. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 500 right now. I also decided that last month, I made, like, I pulled the money out halfway through and I made a double payment. And while I understand that that is supposed to like help with interest because interest accrues daily and yada yada, I am more likely to spend the money that's available on the card if there is a smaller amount available. If that makes sense. Like if I make a $200 payment and it was maxed out, so I have $200 versus like $1,000, I'm more likely to spend $200 of that in 2 weeks than I am to spend $1,000 in a month. You know what I don't know if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but that's my thought process. So I don't know if I want to pull this out and make a half payment this month, because it'll be $500 plus whatever we stuff on Saturday when we come back to do my Etsy paycheck cash stuffing. So I'll let you guys know how I'm feeling. Well, actually, no, I'm going to be filming that video right after this one. So I'll let you guys know if I change my mind at all. But after credit cards, I am going to be adding a new envelope for car payment. I explained this on Tuesday, but my dad loaned me $2,000 for my car payment just to help out. And that's basically what we're stuffing today towards all this extra stuff. So he loaned me $2,000. I told him that I would pay him back $170 a month and that would be paid back in under a year. But he told me that he would prefer me paying him back in increments of 500. So once my envelope hits 500, I will give him that cash, however long it takes, whatever. And then I'll do that 4 times and it'll be paid back, basically is like the plan. So from this money, I am just automatically grabbing 200 and I'm going to throw it in here. I will adjust my weekly budget to, it's not 500 a month. I'm not planning on doing that. Like I said, I was thinking like 170 a month. So I'm already basically like have this month's payment and I'm working on to next month's is kind of the thing. But even if I do 150 a month, it just depends on what the budget is. But if I have the money to put towards this, I will. And there's no rush, no interest on that. So that is the plan. Okay, so that is it for what we're stuffing into debt today. But we have a big old payback here. So in my business binder, we have, we owe 500 from that first car's deposit and 800 from the second car's deposit. So 1,300 total. If you need an explanation, watch Tuesday's video. There's a timestamp on there with like me explain. You can like see exactly where I explain the car buying situation and why that happened. All of that. But we are putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 $100 towards my payback for this. I thought at first that I was just going to eat that 500 and it's basically like I was pulling from my tax refund early, but I paid it back. So that's what we're doing. So we have 245 in the bank currently. 1350, 65, 67, and 68. So 1368, we have $1,613 in taxes. And I paid Q1. That one of the state check cleared, but the federal one hasn't yet. So I don't know what's taken so long, but I'm still waiting on that to clear. So it's still chilling out in my account, which makes me nervous because I just mailed Austin's and he gave me the money so that because he doesn't have a checkbook. So I wrote out a check from my account and his money's sitting in there too. So I don't know how long that's going to take to clear, which is just annoying. But anyway, taxes are paid for Q1. So I am just working back on the rest of the year. So jumping into savings here, Manifest is getting $10 today. So we have $235 in the bank. Let's just do it this way. $235 plus 50, 70, 90, 100, 110, and 120. So we have $355 in Manifest. New car is getting 5. So we have 10 in here. I need to fix that because that's going to bug me. $355, and we have 10 in new car. And I am adding the new envelope, for garage. And we have money in the sinking funds. Honestly, guys, I just prefer, so my this listing for these envelopes is clear in the front. I know a lot of people really like that so they can like clearly see the cash. I just love the way that the cash looks in a frosted envelope. It's just a little bit frosted and I don't know. I just love that look so much. Anyway, so garage for savings, now that it's officially a savings category, is getting $50. So we have 50, 70, 85, 95, and $100 saved for the garage that Austin wants to build on the property. And he's obviously footing the majority of the bill, but I told him I would help out as much as I could. So that is what we're doing. Emergency is getting $5 today. I also just realized that once again I did my denominations wrong, so just bear with me. But emergency has $370 in the bank, so $370, $75.80, $85.90, and $395. Definitely gonna have to round that up to $400. Home emergency is also getting $5. So we have 340 in the bank, 340, 45, 50, 55, and 360. And you guys, so these are my custom in the bank placeholders. They're laminated, so you can just update whatever exact total is in the bank, especially when interest accrues and you want to account for that. These are great for that. Plus, you don't have a bunch of placeholders bulking up your envelopes. And I did just restock those on the website, so those are available. My link to my Etsy is in the description of every video if you are interested. But that's it for my savings binder. But actually, let me see. How much do I have in taxes? That's not, I only have 65. That's not hundreds. Shoot, that stinks. I really want to break that 100. Let me see. Actually, I should in mortgage, right? Yes. Okay. So 50, 60. Oh my gosh. No, I don't. I got excited for a second. Let's see. I don't think I have 100 in anything in cash. Oh no. Yes, I do. I forgot. So I have 100 in the dog. So 50, 70, 90, and 100. Okay. Excuse me for a quick sec. So 50, 70, 90, 100. And I am going to break 100 from car care. Right? That's where I wanted to break it, right? I think so. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 57, 720, 40, 50, and 755. I wanted to leave the 50 out for my battery. So we still have 1, 20, 30, and 135 for the dogs. Just condense that a little bit. But don't mind me. I am still going to make a little bit of change if I can for that 20, because we are adding this to the baby binder and I want 5s. I think there's one in here that has a bunch of 5s, right? I feel like I remember something had a bunch of 5s. Okay, there's 4 5s there, so we'll do that. We still have 30 in phone, and then I am going to reach into my dollar challenge and grab 5 1s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will just pop that in there. This is nice to have in here to make some change. So we should still have $30 that we're stuffing into the baby binder. 10, 15, 20, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30. Perfect. So let's close up the binder for now. We are jumping in here and we are working with some bigger denominations today. So let's see what we can do. We have clothes. Let's do $1 into clothes. Let's do 5 into, I'm just jumping right in, I guess. 5 into diapers and wipes. $1 into equipment and furniture. $1 into extracurricular activities. And then we have medical, first car, savings, college fund, and emergency. We have 2 1s, 2 5s, and a 10. Okay, perfect. So let's do 10 into medical, because that's the bigger one that we're working on right now. We'll do $1 into first car, $1 into savings, 5 into college fund, and 5 into emergency. I like that. I'm good with that. We will count all of these up at the end of the month. We'll update the placeholders and the trackers on the envelopes. And yeah, this whole binder was made out of an actual storybook. The envelopes were made from the pages. This is from Savannah at Sav Saves. Go follow her on Instagram, on YouTube. Her links are in the description of every video for updates on her next launch and what's going to be in those launches, as well as just all of her cash stuffings and vlogs and everything. She is honestly one of those creators that I literally do not miss a single video. Every single time she posts, no matter what it is. Grocery haul, I'm watching it. If she's DIYing something for her son, I'm watching it. If she's cash stuffing, budgeting, vlogging, working, whatever, I am obsessed with her videos. But anyway, that is going to wrap up today's cash stuffing, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a yellow heart in the comments to show your support for the channel. And of course, subscribe. This weekend, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Saturday. We're going to be coming back and doing my Etsy paycheck cash stuffing for the second week of April. So it'll be the last paycheck for the first half of the month. But this is a magic month. So don't forget, we have 5 paychecks. So I guess it's technically not the first half, but you know what I mean. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for sticking around with me. And I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day, week, month, year. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.